Hi guys, my name is Alex. I'm an architect in London, and today we're going to look at the 3 ways how to draw chairs. Now, the chair is a really interesting object because it has a very unusual form and it's very familiar. And therefore, whenever somebody sees a chair in a drawing, it kind of draws them into that drawing and it helps with a sense of scale. And because chairs can be moved around very easily, you can kind of shift around them in your composition quite freely. Okay, so I think that's quite enough talking about the chair, and let's get into the drawing itself. I'm going to pick a pencil brush for this demonstration, and how we draw chairs is basically in its simplest form. A chair consists of 2 primitives, a cube and a cube, so 2 cubes stacked on top of one another. So if you can draw a cube in axonometric, you can probably draw a chair, and this is because all we have to do over here is just to trace an edge of the chair. So again, nothing special, flat back, flat bum rest with some thickness, and then the chair legs with the thickness. Now, a good thing about this type of method is because they're simple to draw and easy to remember, they can be placed in almost all sorts of positions quite easily without thinking about it too much. For example, if I wanted one of these chairs to lie flat, no problem. Just kind of sketch it out, but on its side, extruded legs. And again, I'm just basing this on the cube. And you can use the same approach to draw the chair in perspective as well. And you can also use bespoke types of shapes. For example, if we wanted something a bit more special than that, again, drawing 2 cubes on top of one another, or alternatively, if you want to use, for example, a dining chair, you can do the same. Honestly, the longest part about this is just drawing the rectangle upon which to base the shape. And then once that's drawn, kind of relatively straightforward from then on. However, this approach is kind of limiting in how many designs you can come up with. So this kind of brings me to the next point, which is if you want to draw something a bit more bespoke, you kind of have to use the geometry construction principle. And this is similar on the previous point in that we have to first of all construct a box upon which we're going to base our design. With that, we also have to know what kind of object we're going to draw. And I'm currently looking at Mies van der Rohe chair. Again, thinking within the cube, we're just gonna rotate the back support and the bum rest and do that on the other end as well. So see how I have this corner not that far away from this corner? I'll mark the same distance over here, so it's roughly the same, and then connect these corners with it. I can also add the thickness to this object. I probably have to project the bum rest slightly further from the box, which I will do, and do the same on the other side, and do the same with the backrest, and simply connect all the intersections like so. And then finally what we can do, we can add these legs that have very distinct shape, kind of semi-curve here, and the same thing over there, and then the one going into the opposite direction like so. And now I can do is I can do a couple of subdivisions for this chair, just where those dots that hold the whole thing together go. Now the actual Barcelona chair has less subdivisions than this, but you know, it doesn't have to be super accurate, and the same type of thing is happening on this side. Now it's getting a bit difficult to see what's going on, so I'll just mark up these dots over here, and once I have the base layer, I'll just finish this composition off with tracing it over and making kind of nice and neat and tidy. Again, this stage can be as time consuming as you kind of want it to be, because I can spend a large amount of time just kind of going over and over this drawing in layers and trying to adjust the imperfections and smooth things out. For this demonstration, I'm not going to be doing too much of that. I'm just kind of notionally do the kind of first pass, and I can, you know, continue as long as I really want after this. Okay, so I might stop right there and I'll proceed to the next demonstration. Say, for example, if you wanted to create something completely bespoke that's, you know, not the first example and not the second one, and you wanted something a bit more realistic, like for example an Eames chair. Starting sketching it from a photograph, you kind of just want to outline the main elements of this chair. Like for example, I'm trying to do a couple of wobbly lines with the headrest and the base of the chair, kind of trying to sketch it out because it is quite a difficult object to understand at the first glance, unlike the Mies van der Rohe chair. So this one is trickier. However, you can use the same approach as before. So you sketch it out, and once you have this basic blob of a shape ready, you can then start adding the construction lines. So you can figure out like the direction in which it goes, and then sketching the base of this bum rest, and I can see that the center of it is over here. So that's where my base of the chair is gonna go. I can put in the legs. I can draw this chamfer over here in front that then kind of goes down towards the back, and then draw these very distinctive arms that start from the bottom, from the top of this bum rest, and then continue upwards and bend down. And if I trace the same thing on the opposite side, I can do the same. So something like that for the armrest. And then it has these interesting timber pieces that kind of bend upwards, creating the base for the chair, and then it curves underneath. Also notice how I'm not using the traditional kind of wobbly architectural lines, because this is starting to enter an industrial design realm, and the way industrial designers draw things, they rely much more on the hand movement, the free motion of the hand. So the lines that they use are not straight lines, they're kind of these bendy types of lines. So that's exactly what I'm trying to use as well, just to stay kind of true to the craft. And not to miss this as well, the little leg rest thingy that also has these curved plywood edges on either side, and we also have the same kind of upholstery features in the middle. So let me know in the comments below which one of these approaches was the most interesting to you. And if you like this sort of content, please also let me know in the comments below, because I'm still exploring the niche of this channel and I'm kind of curious where I can take it. Also, if you enjoyed this video here, you might also enjoy this other video that I made on how to draw trees. And it has the same kind of vibe about it. Like, it talks about how to draw these props that are very frequently used in architectural graphics. So yeah, check it out, because it might help your architectural drawing and your general drawing skills as well. So check that video out, and I'll see you in the next video.